Welcome back, everybody. Tonight I'm making a sushi bowl for dinner. So I'm going to show you how to cook sushi rice. This is a good way for having your sushi fix without going out or having to order in. It's delicious, fresh, you know what's going into it. So we're going to start by cooking the sushi rice. This does take a little bit of time, so prep ahead of time. So I have about a cup here of sushi rice. I like this Lundberg organic sushi rice you can find in the grocery store, approximately, well, maybe in the rice aisle, but most of the time I end up finding it in the international aisle. So just look for it there. They do have all kinds of varieties of rice there, so check them out. They're a really good brand. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that cup of rice. I like to do a little more than I'm going to use because I do freeze it. I know some people don't. And then we're just going to fill this with some cold water here. And what we want to do is we want to rinse the rice. So we'll just fill this pot up here. And we're just going to stir the rice around. You're going to see that it is getting quite foggy here. Okay, so we're going to rinse that 3-4 times until the water is basically translucent and clear. So we'll just rinse that off. Pour most of it out. Don't lose too much of the rice. That's why I put my hand there. And we're just going to continue and do that a few more times. So I finished rinsing the rice. And I'm going to add, for 1 cup of rice, 1.5 cups of water. So it's a 1 to 1.5 ratio. So just add some cold water there. And what we're going to do now is soak that rice for half an hour. This is quite a sticky rice. As we all know, sushi is quite a sticky rice. So we're just going to keep that covered. And I'm going to set it aside for half an hour. And then I'll show you how to cook. Okay, we're back, and I've soaked the rice for 30 minutes in the water I'm going to cook it in. So we're going to turn the burner on here, and we're going to bring this up to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, we're going to cover it, turn it down to a simmer, so a very medium-low heat, and cook it for 20 minutes. Once that's cooked, we take it off the burner and let it sit for 10 minutes with the lid on, and we'll come back when that's all set. Okay, while the rice cooks, I'm going to get my veggies prepped for my sushi bowl. I just want to show the steelhead salmon that I use for my basically poke. So this is delicious. It has some sesame seeds in it, black and white, some sesame oil, and some other seasonings. I'm not 100% sure, but it certainly tastes good. We picked these up at Costco. They are Dom Reserve singles. 5 servings to a box, and that is what I use for my poke bowls. But you can use anything. You're not a seafood person or don't like the idea of that, put some chicken in, shrimp, anything. So I'm just going to set that aside, and I want to prep on my plate some of the things we're going to use. So I like a little bit of spicy mayo, so basically just plain mayonnaise. And we're going to add in some sriracha, as much or as little as you like. So I just like to put a little bit in there. Give that a quick stir up, and then what I'll do after is put that in a Ziploc bag so I can just put a little bit across the top, and it's not one big blob of it. So that should be good enough. I also like to have some pickled ginger, which I get again in the international section of the grocery store. I'm just going to pull some out and set it aside, as little as much as you like. If you like wasabi, you can also grab some wasabi, sell that in the tubes. We do have it, but I generally just use that for when I make a sushi roll. And that will be something I'll be showing you in a future video. Roll or rolls, maybe try a couple of varieties. So, excuse my fingers. All right, so like I said, I like a lot of pickled ginger. I like some carrots, some cucumber, and I'm going to use half an avocado. So we'll just get that chopped up. There we go. Set 1/2 aside, which I can rub the outside with a little bit of olive oil, cover it in plastic. That'll last a couple days in the fridge without going brown. And we're just going to slice the avocado. Just be sure, if you have a sharp knife, not to go through. You do not want to cut your hands on this. And so I just basically slice it, I don't know, 1/2 centimeter thick and in half and scoop it out. So let's see, we'll just scoop that here. And I'm going to set that on my side plate. There we go. And I'm going to move these back so I don't make too much noise. I just like to julienne my carrots. I always pre-cut my carrots at the beginning of the week For carrot sticks, I eat with, you know, veggies and dip for lunch, and sometimes dip it in peanut butter for a late night snack. Seems a little bit sweeter, and feels like you're having a bit of a cheat without actually doing so. So we're just gonna julienne them. Not perfect, but no need to be perfect. And we're just gonna chop these in a little bit more than bite-sized pieces, so maybe into thirds. Again, I'm going to put that on the side of the plate. We want our plate to be colorful, and I'm going to add in, I like a fair amount of cucumber, so we're going to chop that all up and chop it lengthwise. I like the pieces to be basically uniform. I don't want them too huge or too small, so just chop that for whatever sizes you like. If you like it in slices, like big slices, go for it. If you like it in smaller slices, that's fine too. It's like I said, with everything, it's all up to you. Make it your own. You know, try different shapes and sizes, different veggies. You can put in pretty well what you want. So we're just going to take this, add it to my plate, and I'm going to put this in the fridge with the salmon to chill, along with the ginger and the sriracha mayo. And as soon as we've got the rice all cooked, I'll show you how to prep the rice and get our bowl together. So the rice is finished cooking, and I'm going to put the timer on here for 10 minutes, and then we'll be back. So we're back, and the rice is cooked. You can see it is quite a sticky rice, and what is exactly what we want. So we're just going to kind of chop this up a bit just to get it mixed a little. We don't want to overwork it too much. Now we usually put in some rice wine vinegar. This is a seasoned one, which is the one I prefer. Usually just a couple of tablespoons, and if you don't have it, you can use wine, just regular rice vinegar if you like. You don't have to put anything if you just want it plain. The other option too is if you don't want to do seafood and you're looking at doing something more like a chicken Pokeh Bowl or Sushi bowl, whatever way you want to put it. You can really make anything with this. You could cook this rice in chicken stock if you want, or just do a regular long grain or short grain rice. It's all up to you. So this is what I like to do for specifically for the sushi bowl. So I've got that mixed in. We're going to let that cool, and once it's down to about room temperature, we will assemble our sushi bowl. So the rice is cooled to a little bit less than room temperature, so it's cooled down a bit. I don't particularly like cold, but I do like a little bit cool. So we're going to add in our toppings. So we've got the rice in the bowl, and I like to just kind of put everything, I don't want to say willy-nilly, but in the front there. There we go. So we've got that sushi there. Don't want to miss any of it. Salmon is really good. And then we can add in cucumbers on one side here. You know, we like to make it really colorful. So I'm going to put the cucumbers, oops, maybe I should just use my hands here. It's probably much easier. It's easier to eat with chopsticks than it is to try and pick things up with in my experience. I'm going to put the carrots here. Shoot this way here. Get the carrots on, and avocado spread out on the other side. I'm not the fanciest plater, but this will be absolutely delicious no matter what. There we go. Let's set this aside. I did wipe my hands down here. I did have that ginger here, so we're gonna put the ginger on the side. You don't have to have ginger. This is all about what you like. Add your own veggies, you know, decide what you like. So this is a nice healthy mix for me that I enjoy. I'm going to, this is the sriracha mayo I made. I did add a tiny bit of wasabi in there because I like a little extra spice. So I just mixed some mayonnaise, some sriracha, and a little bit of wasabi, just literally maybe a quarter of a teaspoon. I just cut a hole in the bottom of this little snack bag. If you have a little piping bag you want to use, you can, but this is probably easier as it's a little bit less mess. So I'm going to set that aside here. I'm going to grab one of my spoons. I always keep spoons handy on the counter. It's great for trying things. A little bit of stuff there, and I'm going to sprinkle some white sesame seeds on the top and some black sesame seeds on the top. So this just gives an added crunch and a little bit more nutty flavor to it, which I really love. So use as little or as much as you like, and if you don't like it, you don't have to use it. So this is tonight's dinner sushi bowl. I hope you try this recipe. Like I said, if you don't like seafood, add some chicken whatever you like. If you like this recipe, feel free to subscribe to my page, and like this video. Keep watching, and I'll have lots more videos to come. Thanks, and have a great day, guys.